Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today you're going to see me change the suction valve or fuel regulator valve on a Mitsubishi Shogun. This is a 3.2 DID engine. Okay, so first thing we're going to have to do is the valve is located down this side of the engine, passenger side in UK cars. It's just down there, as you can see, tucked away, so we need to make a little bit of room to get it out. Okay, so this canister here, this is the suction valve, and that's what we'll be replacing today. So first of all, I started by removing the battery to give me a little bit more room. Now down here you'll see a bracket, very oily bracket. This is held on by a 12mm bolt, so I found it a lot easier to remove this out of the way. As you can see, I've now got it out, but yeah, that's held in by a 12mm bolt, and it just means you can pull that loom out of the way to gain access to the two securing bolts on the suction valve. Where my finger is, that's one of them. It's a 5mm Allen key that you need to undo these. There's two bolts on it, and that's all that holds the actual valve in. So as you can see here, I'm using a quarter drive 5mm Allen key with a very short extension on it. Try and do it in quarter drive because there's not really enough room for anything else in there. And once those are undone, you should be able to pull it out fairly easy. It might just be stuck, it has got a rubber seal on it, so be careful to keep an eye where that falls out, or pull it out yourself if it doesn't. And there you go, that's the pump side of the suction valve. Now just make a note which way round it goes when you take it out. You'll see that the plug here is offset to one side of the valve, so just keep an eye which way that's facing in relation to your fuel pump as you pull it out, because you want to put your new valve in the same way. Okay, so that's the plug on the end, 2-pin plug, and that's the valve. This little plug can be a little bit of a pain to remove off the valve. I found it easier to remove the valve with the plug still attached, so it gives you a little bit more wiggle room on the wire. But yeah, it does. It has a small tab on the plug that you need to press down. Okay, depending where you got your valve from, you should get a new O-ring with it. This is mine. I put a little bit of grease on it just to hold it in position on the fuel pump, because that does like to fall out into the under tray. So try and put that in gently and make sure that's positioned well. If you need to put a mirror down there to check, do so, because it will pour diesel out of here if you kink the seal. So yeah, as I said, I'll put some grease on it just to hold it in position. And here's the front of the new valve. I also grease that just to aid it falling in. You can use WD-40 or something like that, and just make sure it's nice and evenly positioned, so straight against the pump, and it should fall in really quite easily with a little push. And it's as simple as that, guys. Just put your bolts back in, put your bracket back on, and refit your battery, and that should be the job done. Now I should say that there is a relearn procedure for this, so you know, you really want to get it on some diagnostic procedure to carry that out. In my case it was perfectly fine without doing it, but I did manage to do it in the end. It didn't seem to make a lot of difference, but it's recommended certainly to carry out this relearn procedure, so the ECU can relearn the characteristics of the fuel pump. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.